Hey guys, Wizard59 here and welcome back to a brand new video. And today I'm showing you a really awesome custom build of Naboo and Theed. Now, before we get started and take a look at this mock, I just want to quickly mention I know the video schedule has been a bit off the last couple weeks, and I'm trying to kind of slowly get back into the flow of things, get a bit of a more solid video schedule out now. So, what better way to start back the videos than with a really cool custom build of Theed. Now, this build is something I've been working on for the last week on and off, and I'm really happy with how it's turned out. So basically throughout the summer I'll be doing these smaller builds, which can be anywhere from like half a base plate to 2 base plates wide. And these are just small mocks where I kind of experiment with kind of new techniques and kind of new ways of building, and that kind of gives me a better idea, a bit of a more of an exposure to different types of building techniques, but it also allows me to really add a lot of detail. So rather than doing large mocks which may not have as much detail, throughout the summer I'll be making these kind of smaller mocks with much more detail, and the first one here is of Theed. So quickly, let's go ahead and get started. This isn't exactly based on any of the films or really even the video games. It's kind of like a mix. So basically the story behind this is the Viceroy Nute Gunray has taken over Naboo, and the Republic launched a counterattack led by Ki-Adi-Mundi and Barisafi, and eventually the Republic ended up taking back most of Theed, and there are only a few small parts of the city which are still under separatist control, and this section here is one of them. So we got kind of two main buildings as well as a small section on the top. But anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started and take a look at the build. Alright, so let's quickly take a look at the build as a whole. For one, kind of the main inspiration for this build was the fact that I had a lot of sand green parts. You can see a lot of sand green throughout the build, and I'd actually at one point gotten a lot of it from the Lego store, and I wanted to use it, or I thought that I'd eventually down the line use the parts, and what better way to use them than in a Naboo mock, as I really love kind of the tan and the sand green parts, kind of they really go well together, and I really love how that's turned out. But anyways, let's do a quick overview. The way I kind of made the architecture, it's not really based on any specific building from the video games or films. It's kind of just a hybrid. I just really like kind of the architecture of Naboo, and I really just wanted to kind of make that here. So on the left we have this kind of larger building that has some nice ivy going down it, as well as some cool techniques I used for that first floor and that kind of wall detailing, as well as balconies. If you've seen the films and all, Naboo has a lot of balconies, so I wanted to add that. Then in the center we have a bit of a bridge. This was somewhat inspired by the bridge that Qui-Gon Obi-Wan jumped down from when they were saving the senators and the queen in episode 1. So that's kind of what that inspiration was from. And then third, if you've seen Theed, there are a lot of like large towers and like circular cylindrical towers with large domes on the top, and that's what I've put there, and I really love how that dome's turned out, so we'll take a look at that as well. But anyways, without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. Alright, so let's start off quickly taking a look at the Republic forces here. So what we have here is Ki-Adi-Mundi and Barisafi. They're kind of leading the attack. Again, the Republic forces are from the newer battle pack, the Jedi and Clone battle pack. That's actually, I wanted to really use those figures in this mock. So you can see we have a group of some episode 2 clones, as well as a few Naboo guards here, and they are all attacking this kind of stronghold for the separatists. So you can see we have Ki-Adi-Mundi over there, as well as a few clones, and they're kind of attacking this building. We have Captain Panaka along with a few clones, and they are attacking the second building. And then Barisafi with a couple clones, and they're attacking the large tower. So let's go and start off, take a look at the tower. I thought that was actually a cool part, so we should go ahead and start off with that. And we'll quickly move all that out of the background. Sorry about that. But anyways, here's a look at the tower. And this was actually a bit challenging to make. It may not look like it, but the dome on the top was actually a little bit challenging to make. I actually ended up just looking online for circular brick built domes and used the photo and try to copy it and make this. And I think it turned out really well. I'm really happy with it. It was definitely quite time consuming to make it. And it's not like any random pattern. It's all like a really specific kind of pattern. It may not look like it, but the dome does have it is a bit intricate. And again, I really just love how it's turned out. You got the large tan piece on top. And again, I think the dome looks terrific, and it really looks good with the rest of the tower. So here we have a look at the tower. There's sadly no interior for this build because I was missing a few parts that I couldn't really make an interior. But I do have a nice balcony. I really love this design of a balcony. I saw this on an image on Google Images. I'll link that down in the description to the Flickr, I believe, of the person who built that balcony design. But I think it looks terrific. And you got, again, a battle droid here kind of out firing down at the clones. Moving along, here's just the entrance. Again, nothing too special. I didn't include a door in this section. But there is kind of a look at the tower. And in terms of the bottom section here, what we can see is Bear Sophie here, and she's attacking a commando droid. We got 2 commando droids already been destroyed, and then 1 commando droid, and he's like choking a clone trooper here. So we'll zoom in a bit. So because if you've seen commando droids, they are much more agile, much more stronger than just regular battle droids. So he's kind of like attacking that clone trooper, and that one just shot that droid, and now he's trying to help save the other clones. So there's a look at that. Again, this is kind of like Newt Gunray's final stand. These are all the droids here are the only ones he has remaining. So he's really trying to either win the battle or, escape. And again, I think it looks really good. Here we have a look at the center. So this is kind of the main section. So we have a nice little tree as well as a couple plants here. And again, I just wanted to do something to break up just the plain tan look. Originally, I was thinking of tiling it, but I didn't have enough tan tiles to tile the entire place, so I left it studs showing. Here's a look at the bridge. And again, you can see we have a couple battle droids inside. Really love that roof design. I experimented with 2 different types of roof designs. This one using a variety of slopes, which were from the Hogwarts castle. But again, I really, really love that nice roof design, especially with the arches of the bridge. And then we got some of those masonry bricks flipped on the back. And I think that looks terrific as well. So you can see, again, a couple of droids there. The main section here, where you actually have 3 super battle droids coming out. And they're kind of going to ambush Captain Panaka and his forces. You got a few nice flowers. I wanted to add as many flowers and greenery as I could in Naboo. So we got a couple of yellow and red flowers. And then you can see we have a few droids here being shot. So these are kind of the initial wave droids that were coming out to attack. In the back, we got the larger super battle droid forces. They're kind of in the back. They're not really going to attack, but they're just standing more as guard. As Newt Gunray, there is a hallway or a doorway behind this archway, behind the bridge that leads out to that platform. So they're kind of also guarding Newt Gunray. But again, there is a look at that. Then finally, this is probably my favorite building. This is what I made first. Originally, this was going to be the MOC as a whole, but then I wanted to really expand. So here we have a look at the building, and I think it looks terrific. So first off, we got a nice little kind of raised platform. Not really a balcony, but just kind of like a raised platform. We got a railing all around it. And again, that's really cool. They're made using the 1x1 cylinder bricks as well as a stud below it. And again, I think that looks terrific. You got the whole platform there tiled, and again, they're all the Republic forces are attacking the droid, so they're kind of being shot down. And behind that door is where Newt Gunray is. Again, the door was also a pretty cool design. The door doesn't open, It's more like a static design, but I think it looks pretty good. And then we got the really nice looking wall detailing here. That is actually really cool technique. It's basically bricks on their side facing outward. And then again, those are same masonry bricks flipped over, because on one side they have kind of that design with the kind of the brick design, but on the other there's just a line going through the center, so that backside is showing, and I think that looks terrific. Again, that was also another technique that I saw on Flickr. I'll link to that as well down in the description below. Moving on to the top section here, we have the 3 balconies here. We got 2 of them where droids are firing down. For one of them, the droid was just shot. And again, those are the same design as the other balcony, except a little smaller. And I think that looks terrific. I just love this building as a whole. And then in terms of the roof, this was actually pretty interesting. These are all, each and every one of these are 1x2 plates. So let's see if we can zoom in here. But you can see each one of these are a stack of 2 1x2 plates. And then these are also 1x2 plates. And then even the top section is all 1x2 plates, stacked in 2. So again, I didn't have any other sand green other than that, and I wanted to use it all up because I didn't really have any use for it. So I wanted to use up all the sand green parts, and I did that there. And again, that looks pretty nice. Nice little sloping roof there. But anyways, there's a look at that. And now finally, let's just go ahead and take a look at the quick interior of the build. Alright, so here's a quick look at the back side of the build. Again, I didn't add too much detail. The second floor is basically empty. The first floor, you do have Nute Gunn right there, along with a couple battle droids. He's talking to the battle droid commander. We got a nice little control panel with a droid working on that. So again, nothing too much there. Here's again a better look at the back of the archway. That's also tiled. All the raised sections were tiled, and then this build does not have an interior. And then finally, you can kind of see a look there at that archway, or the doorway that leads into the main building. But anyways, there's a look at a small bit of the interior. Alright, but anyways, there you go. So there's a look at my LEGO Star Wars Battle of Naboo Theed MOC. So let me know what you guys think. Did you guys enjoy it? If so, a thumbs up would be great. And do not forget to subscribe, and stay tuned for more videos coming very soon, including another small MOC of Mustafar and the Duel on Mustafar. So stay tuned for that. And also, quickly want to mention, for those of you wondering, Cloud City, building Cloud City was delayed this past weekend because of the fact the parts didn't come in. They still have not, so we'll have to see when that happens. Hopefully they come in by this weekend, and then we'll get Cloud City coming out. Hopefully this weekend, if not, middle of next week. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. This is Prerequisite 59, and I'll see you all next time.